Hey y'all, welcome back to Super Geeked, where we celebrate all the things that we get super geeked about. My name's Victoria and I get super geeked about reselling. I'm an avid thrifter, estate sale hunter, antique store shopper. I like to buy for myself, but then I also like to find treasures to resell online on websites like Poshmark, Etsy, eBay, and Mercari. And today I have for you what sold in the month of March 2021 for over $40. There's a theme this month, people. Dresses, dresses, dresses. And I can't wait to share with you all the great sales I had in the month of March. So if you're interested to see what items and brands are selling for me like hotcakes and over the $40 mark, then stick around. If you're new to our channel, welcome and thank you so much for watching. This is a video that I like to do as a reflection of the previous month for sales that sold for $40 and above. And the reason I like to do $40 and above is because that's the price point that I'm looking for when I'm outsourcing. I want to purchase items that sell for $40 and over. And so that's what I'm looking for in your What Sold videos. So I thought it would be helpful to share with you mine. I do sell on 4 platforms. I sell on Etsy, eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Most of my sales you'll see are on Poshmark, and then eBay is second. So we're going to start with Etsy because I only had one sale on Etsy for over $40, but it was a great sale. It was for a cupcake kit. I actually have several of these listed because I went crazy and bought a bunch of these very discounted years ago and never used them. On Etsy, my buyers do pay shipping. So the buyer paid $54.86. Now, this item had been sitting for quite a while. It didn't cost me anything because it was from my personal collection, but I had to pay Etsy $5.02 because they sold it apparently through an ad. Then after the listing fees, which on Etsy, if you don't know, you pay 20 cents every 3 months to have an item listed. So after all my listing fees, since it sat for a while, shipping, and then fees for the purchase, I made $40.05 on this cupcake kit. And it really was just the paper that goes around cupcakes and then little toppers to go on each cupcake. So very great sale for that, $40. Next up, let's talk Mercari. On Mercari, I actually put free shipping. So I calculate that into the price that I list the item on Mercari. Over $40 sales on Mercari. The first one were these Antonio Milani suede booties. They had rhinestones on them, and they actually were gifted to me at the beginning of quarantine. So I didn't pay anything, zero cost of goods. After fees and shipping, I made $26.30 on these booties. The next item was this escape prom dress. Here's the theme, you guys, for the month of March. Dresses, dresses, dresses. They sold like hotcakes. And this was a prom dress. I thrifted it from the thrift store. Cost me $4.98. It sold for $65, and after fees and shipping, and you deduct the cost of goods, I made $42.48 on this dress. Next up were some Salvatore Ferragamo flats. They were olive suede. I didn't think these things were going to sell. They didn't have a lot of interest, but somebody came in and swiped them for $48 on Mercari. And after cost of goods, fees, and shipping, I made $27.68. And then last up was a Target collaboration, you guys. So if you don't know, there are a couple of Target collaborations that are really good. So most of the time, people will pass up Target brands, right? Well, this Love Shack Fancy is one of the ones you shouldn't pass on. This was purchase liquidation from a liquidation company here in Mississippi. I saw a bunch of the Love Shack Fancy dresses and I was like, ooh, gotta get those because I know how popular they were. They sold out right away from Target. This one sold for $65. I actually only paid $6.42 for the dress. And then after fees and shipping, I made $44.23 on this Target collaboration. Next up, let's talk eBay. On eBay, I sold this ModCloth cactus print dress. It was this really pretty watercolor. I had a bunch of these that I bought from the liquidation company here in Mississippi. On eBay, the buyer does pay shipping. So it sold for $56.54 on sale. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, I made $25.02 on this dress. And I think this was the last one I had in stock. Next, over $40 sale was this vintage bubble suit. These were really popular in like 1990, 1991. I had several. They were ridiculous. You look like a grown-up toddler. This one was floral and sleeveless, like a little jumper. It sold for $56.45. I paid $2.91 for it. And then after fees and shipping, I made $41.03. Next up, we have these cut from the cloth corduroy Diana pants. They sold for $47.10. And after cost of goods, fees, and shipping, I made a cool $30.28. I don't pick up all cut from the cloth, but I do pick up some, and these were a good sale. Next up was an item that sold in a bundle. So we're just going to talk about the item that sold for over $40. Both the items were ModCloth, but this was a ModCloth dress. It sold for $43.88. And after I deducted a portion of the cost of goods, fees, and shipping, I made $40.39 on this dress. I only paid $1.73 for this ModCloth dress at the liquidation company here in Mississippi, so that was a good find. Next, over $40 sale on eBay was this Furla candy bag. It sold for $107.70 on sale. I only paid $6.80 for it. And then after fees and shipping, I made $80.11. And boy, this thing was dirty. I had to seriously clean it. As soon as I saw it, I thought it was so cool, but I can see why a lot of people just walk past it at the thrift store. But I saw Furla and I was like, ooh. So I did grab her, and I'm so glad I did. Totally worth the elbow grease I put into it. And that was my last over $40 sale on eBay. Now we're going to move to Poshmark. Speaking of Poshmark, I bought this adorable headband off Poshmark. This is actually handmade, and the fabric is Liberty of London, which I love Liberty of London. So shout out to Roll Preppy, who makes these. I'm going to link her Instagram and Poshmark store below. Definitely check her out. She's got a bunch more of these. She hand makes them. Super cute, super retro and vintage inspired, and I just love it. Pairs well with my poppy pin and matching poppy earrings that I antiqued recently at an antique store. I'll also link that video below where we found an extensive brooch collection. Anyway, just wanted to give her a shout out. And while we're talking, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We have a bunch of new subscribers, but we would love to have you around. We have lots of fun content, including reselling. I like to do a lot of educational videos on mid-century modern. So if that's up your alley and you fancy that, definitely subscribe. Now on to Poshmark sales over $40. First up was this ASOS jumpsuit. It was satin striped, and it had a big cutout in the back. Super cute. I thrifted this in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I sold it for $60, and after cost of goods, fees, and shipping, I made $41.26. Next over $40 sale was this Tariq Edez Cream Illusion prom dress. It had a mini skirt, very cute. I thrifted this at a local thrift store. It was from a boutique that was getting rid of some previous season dresses. It sold for $100. I only paid $6.21 for it. And after fees and no shipping discount, because by the way, on Poshmark, the buyer pays shipping unless I send the buyer an offer and then I have to give them a shipping discount, which I'll let you know. But this one had no shipping discount, so my profit from this item was $73.79. Next item, this is probably no surprise, Miss Lily Pulitzer. This sold for $50, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $33.41. Next up, we have some Rag & Bone jeans. These were the Dre Slim Fit, and they sold for $45. And after cost of goods and fees, I made $28.97. Another vintage piece. This was a vintage tracksuit. It was by Catalina, and it had fish all over it. Super cute. It did sit for almost a year, but it sold for $50. And after cost of goods and fees, I made $32.01. Tracksuits were really hot the first year that I got on Poshmark, but I don't think they're moving as much anymore. Next sale, over $40, was this Reformation linen skirt. You saw it in my recent video where I talked about the thread-up 100-pound, $300 bulk box I bought. This was one of the pieces in that box. It did sell for $50, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $35.38 on this skirt. It was a part of a two-piece set, and unfortunately the crop top was not included in the thread-up box, but that's okay, it's still sold. Okay, next vintage piece was this teal blazer, super 80s. It sold for $40. I actually only paid 99 cents for this. I was on a blazer kick at one point, buying a bunch of vintage blazers, and so this is one of the ones I picked up. And after fees, I made $31.01. Okay, now you're gonna see the dresses start popping off even more. I have this ModCloth lace prom or wedding dress, whatever you wanna look at it as. It sold for $150. I paid $15 for it, and then after fees, which were $30 on Poshmark, I made $105 on this dress. I've actually sold 2 others. So definitely pick up those prom dresses and wedding dresses because they are selling. Next up was this Traffic People dress. This is a brand that ModCloth sometimes carries. I really like this brand. This had embroidered gold stars all over it, and it was a maxi dress. It sold for $125. I bought this on thread-up at the beginning of quarantine for $16.47. I knew somebody would love it. And after fees on Poshmark, I made $83.53. This dress sold super fast. As soon as I listed it, it sold the same day. It was an ASOS design floral dress. It was a scuba material, but very firm, so it had a lot of shape, and it had magnolia flowers all over it. Really pretty dress. I bought this in New Orleans, and it sold for $70. And after cost of goods and fees, I made $45.82. Then we have these ModCloth plaid pants. If you're new here, I sell a lot of ModCloth. That is my bread and butter. I didn't make a lot on these trousers. They were the last pair I had. They only sold for $40, but my cost of goods were $15 on these. My other pairs sold for a lot more, but I was happy to see them go. And then I made $17 on that sale. So one of my lower sales. Next is another ModCloth piece, and it was the sequin dress, really pretty, but it did sit for a while. This one sold for $40, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $24. Okay, we have another ModCloth. This was a dusty rose flutter sleeve dress, really pretty. I got the sweetest note back from the buyer that she wore this to a wedding and got so many compliments. She bought it for $50, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $30 on this dress. Okay, another over $40 sale were these Birkenstocks. These went for a little less than I would have liked, but they were a very small size 35 narrow. They sold for $55, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $33.58. I did pick those up in New Orleans with another pair that I sold for much higher, like almost double that. But like I said, sometimes size matters. Okay, next up, we got these Michael Kors sandals. I got these in a thread-up shoebox. I sold them for $65. They were a knotted leather, very cute, looked like they'd never been worn. And after cost of goods and fees, I made $46. Next up is Cabby. These were the Cabby traveler pants. I actually had these in 2 sizes, both thrifted on different dates. But they're an olive jogger pant, super cute. These sold for $60. I did give a shipping discount on these of $1.50. And after cost of goods and fees, I made $39.76 on these pants. All right, a new to me brand. These jeans are called R13. I saw them in the thrift store and I said, these look high-end, expensive, and boy, was I right. They retail for a lot of money. But I sold these for $60. And after cost of goods and fees, I made a cool $43.05. So this is definitely a brand to keep your eye out for. I had never heard of them, new to me, and so glad I picked them up. I have to say about my sourcing method, I don't look up comps on every item I source. Just the items I'm not quite sure about, maybe they're new brands or the style I'm kind of iffy on, I will look them up. I just have gotten to the point in my business where I don't look up every single item anymore. But again, since this was a new item, I did look it up and saw that the soles were great on them, so I grabbed them. Another item from a ThredUp shoebox were these Riker Artisan shoes. I'd actually sold these Mary Janes one time before, but the buyer asked to cancel right after they purchased them, which I just, did. So, but they did sell. It just took another couple of months. They sold for $52 and my cost of goods was $6. I did give a shipping discount on these of $1.50, and after cost of goods, fees, and that shipping discount, I made $34.10. Another over $40 sale were these 7 for All Mankind jeans. I thought these jeans would have gone much faster than they did. I bought these at the beginning of quarantine from the ThredUp website. I did pay up for them $16.47 on that same order where I got that Traffic People star dress. They did sit for a while. They had these beautiful embroidered flowers, like wildflowers on them. Very pretty. They sold for $52, and then after cost of goods, fees, and my shipping discount, I only made $23.63. So not as much as I would have liked, but still a good sale. Next ModCloth piece was this plus size 2X flutter sleeve black dress. I actually bought this for myself, but didn't like the fit on me. It did sell for $52, and I gave a shipping discount on this again of $1.50. So after cost of goods, fees, and shipping, I made $28.10 on it. I love that we as resellers can also shop for ourselves, and if something doesn't work out, we can just sell it. I mentioned in my last haul video that I really like the brand Bowden, especially all of the 60 inspired pieces that they make. This was one of those dresses. I actually bought this in this really pretty blue color, but also in a black. The black sold about 6 months ago, and this one had taken a little longer to sell. I bought them when we were in Nashville and visiting my father. I have a whole video on that, but we went sourcing at a Goodwill and I bought a ton of stuff because it was half off day. This dress sold for $40, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $28.94 on it. I would still buy it even though it sat for a while because, again, for the most part, Bowden sells really fast for me and for a good price. Okay, another big sale was this ModCloth floral dress. I have to tell you, this dress was one of those ones where I was like, I would never pick it up again. It took well over a year to sell. I do love selling ModCloth, but there are some styles that I have just got where I would not pick it up. But it did sell for $100. And after cost of goods and fees, I made $68. So glad I bought it, but would I buy it again? I don't know. Probably. All right, then we have this ModCloth jumpsuit. I loved this. I can't believe that this one did not fly off. I bought one from the ModCloth website when they had a big clearance sale. That's a great way to do retail arbitrage, is go to your favorite brands to sell's websites, and when they have a big clearance event, you can buy stuff and then resell it. And then I bought one from the liquidation company here in Mississippi. But this one was the liquidation one, and it actually was missing the belt. It sold for $60, but it sat for a lot longer than I thought it would. And then after cost of goods and fees, I made $37.06 on this jumpsuit. Another Lily Pulitzer. This one also sat for a long time. I didn't have the greatest photos of it. I kind of wish that I would have gone back and retaken them, but it was given to me free at the beginning of quarantine, and it sold for $40. So my take home on this one was $32. Then I saw these Minnetonka knee-high boots. They were size 11, which is what I wear. I was really hoping they would work for me, but unfortunately they didn't. They sold for $40, and after cost of goods and fees, I took home $25.20. And then we have another ModCloth. This was like a safari dress. It had wildlife all over it, zebras, giraffes, you know. I thrifted one of these and also bought one from the liquidation company. I suspect whoever owned this before the thrift store got it, bought it from liquidation first. But I happened to thrift this one. It was a great size, extra large, and it sold for $40. After cost of goods and fees, I made $27.93. And last item for the month of March over $40 was another dress. Again, if you have dresses, get them listed because they're selling. Was this M by Missoni dress. I got it in a DIY designer box from ThredUp, but it was wool. It was a turtleneck and sleeveless. Good for that transition month from cool to warm. It sold for $120, and after cost of goods and fees, I made $83.14 on that dress. Overall, March was a wonderful month for me. I tripled my sales in March because although those sales were great and over $40, I had a ton of sales that were just under $40. Lots of sales in the month of March. It was poppin'. I was glad to see the upswing after a not so great month in February. I am a happy camper. And you guys, don't forget to hit subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed this content, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so you'll know when we come out with new videos. If you're a new subscriber to our channel, thank you again for subscribing. We are so humbled to have reached over 1,000 subscribers, and now we are steadily climbing. It is just an honor to be able to make videos and have people enjoy watching them. Even if no one was watching, I would still make them because they bring me a lot of joy, especially the educational videos.
Bye-bye, folks. Peace out.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace